This committee is tasked with an important responsibility to review and study on a continuing basis the operation of government activities at all levels with a view to determine their economy and efficiency. At this point in our country's history, this task is of the utmost importance. At the end of last year, the national debt exceeded $18 trillion. We have to ensure that every tax dollar is spent responsibly. We also have to ensure that our government is running in an effective and efficient manner. The American people are entitled to know and understand how their government is working. And these shouldn't necessarily be partisan issues. It is my hope that Mr. Cummings and I can work together to uncover ways to improve the way our government operates so we are maximizing every tax dollar that is spent. And I hope we do continue to find opportunities on both sides of the aisle to work and find ways to improve this great government. We have wonderful federal employees who work hard. They're diligent, they're patriotic. But from time to time, there are problems and challenges. We need to address those. In the United States of America, we're different because we do look at the country, we do look at our government in a self-critical eye with the goal and the desire to improve it. We have men and women who serve overseas in a variety of capacities, whether it be our U.S. military, the State Department, or other types of activities. We have a duty and obligation to make sure that they too are served well. I'm hopeful that we can work together more than we can work independently. I've let Mr. Cummings know that I do not plan to operate in a way that would exclude the minority. Where possible, I've tried to accommodate Mr. Cummings' requests, and I intend to look forward to opportunities to do the same in the future. One of Mr. Cummings' concerns, as I've heard it, involved the minority's access to committee documents. The House rule states each member, including the ranking member, will have access to the committee documents, and I certainly plan to honor that. It is crystal clear in the House rules. Hopefully, this access to documents will produce open and robust discussions regarding the committee's oversight and investigative work. We've also included language that I will be offering today that the ranking member indicated was important to him with regard to minority subcommittee assignments and coverage of committee meetings and field hearings. He made a good point, and I agree. Over the next 2 years, I hope we can continue to sit down, just like we did last night and have many times in the past, to discuss concerns and find a solution that works for both of us. I would also invite members on both sides of the aisle to please come chat with me, chat with the staff. We're here to serve the American people, and it's best done in an open and collaborative communication. It is important, however, for the chairman, I want to highlight this, it is important, however, that the chairman retain the ability to issue subpoena when necessary. The authority of the chairman to authorize and issue subpoenas is a longstanding practice of the committee. Given the work of the committee, it is important for the chairman to have the authority to issue a subpoena when necessary. Ideally, the administration and others would be forthcoming and transparent in response to our requests, and therefore we wouldn't need a subpoena. But in cases when it isn't, a subpoena may be needed. I have strong respect for subpoena power delegated to me as the chairman, and it is not my intent to send unnecessary or unjustified subpoenas. To that end, I plan to give Mr. Cummings a reasonable amount of notice regarding a subpoena and consult with him before subpoenas are sent. I understand some members of the committee, this isn't necessarily enough for them. Going forward, I hope my actions will hopefully change your mind and you will understand my true intent and purpose here. Generally speaking, I know that Mr. Cummings and his staff have requested we give more notice to the minority on all committee activities, and thus far we have. Actions often speak louder than words, and I think we've demonstrated our willingness and desire that we'll continue to work with the minority. We certainly plan to keep you and your staff informed as much and as early as possible. I'm looking forward to working with Mr. Cummings, people on both sides of the aisle, to understand how our government is working as well as ways that we can make it better.